Creativity. We hear that word all the time, right? People talk about creative geniuses like Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, or even Picasso, and we think, man, I wish I could be creative like that. But here's the thing nobody tells you. Creativity isn't some magical gift you're either born with or not. It's a skill. And like any skill, you can build it. You can train your brain to think more creatively every single day. So, in this video, I'm going to walk you through a few simple but super effective ways to develop creative thinking starting right now. And the best part? You can do all of this in just 5 minutes a day. Sounds good. Let's dive in. First things first, change your environment. Now, I know this sounds super basic, but hear me out. Our brains are wired for patterns and routines. We wake up, check our phones, drink the same coffee, sit at the same desk, stare at the same screen, and then we wonder why we're stuck in a creative rut. Creativity thrives on new experiences, new stimuli. So, if you want to kickstart creative thinking, the easiest thing you can do is shake up your surroundings. And it doesn't have to be complicated. Maybe you take your laptop to a park. Maybe you move your chair to the other side of the room. Heck, I've even come up with some of my best ideas just by flipping my notebook upside down and looking at my notes from a different angle. True story. When you change the scenery, you change the input your brain gets. And that's where new ideas come from. Now, once you've got your space switched up a bit, the next thing I want you to try is this. Ask yourself what-if questions. This is one of my favorite creativity hacks because it's so simple but so powerful. Our brains are problem-solving machines, but we rarely give them interesting problems to solve. So instead of sticking with the usual, how do I fix this kind of thinking, start asking open-ended, imaginative questions. Like, what if gravity worked sideways? Or what if you could only communicate with colors, not words? I know, it sounds kind of ridiculous at first, but that's the point. The goal isn't to get an answer, it's to stretch your brain in directions it doesn't usually go. Some of the coolest inventions and ideas in history came from someone daring to ask a crazy, what-if question. What if people could fly? Airplanes. What if we could talk to someone on the other side of the world instantly? The internet. So give yourself permission to be playful and curious. You never know where it'll lead. Speaking of stretching your brain, here's a challenge for you. Come up with 10 new ideas every single day. Yep, 10. And before you freak out, no, they don't have to be brilliant. In fact, most of them will probably be pretty bad. And that's totally okay. The point isn't to come up with $10 million ideas, it's to build the habit of thinking creatively on demand. Think of it like going to the gym for your mind. The more you do it, the stronger that creative muscle gets. And over time, you'll notice that ideas just start coming to you faster and easier. When I started doing this, I filled up an entire notebook in a month. Some ideas were downright silly, like an app that rates how well you tie your shoelaces, but a couple of them? Game changers. Now here's a bonus tip most people don't talk about. Embrace boredom. I get it. We live in a world where we're constantly connected. The second we feel a little bored, we pull out our phones, scroll through social media, check emails, watch videos, you name it. But here's the thing. Creativity often happens in those quiet, in-between moments when your brain isn't distracted by a million things. Some of my best ideas hit me when I'm stuck in traffic or waiting in line at the grocery store because I'm not doing anything else. My brain has room to wander. So next time you catch yourself reaching for your phone just because you're bored, try something different. Just sit there. Stare out the window. Let your thoughts drift. It might feel weird at first, but trust me, that's where the magic happens. And hey, I know all of this might sound a little overwhelming if you're just getting started, but remember, you don't have to overhaul your life to become more creative. These are tiny shifts you can make right now. Change your environment. Ask what-if questions. Write down 10 ideas a day. Let yourself be bored once in a while. That's it. 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. It adds up. And before you know it, you'll be the person people turn to when they need fresh ideas or creative solutions. Look, creativity isn't just for artists or inventors. It's for everyone. Whether you're an entrepreneur trying to come up with a new product, a student looking for a smarter way to study, or a parent figuring out how to make dinner with random stuff in the fridge, creative thinking makes life easier and more fun. And the more you practice it, the more natural it becomes. Think of your brain like a sponge. The more you soak up new experiences, questions, and ideas, the more creative you get. So, here's my challenge for you. Starting today, pick one of these techniques and give it a shot. Maybe today you change your workspace. Tomorrow, ask yourself a wild, what-if question. The next day, write down 10 crazy ideas. Make it a daily habit, and I guarantee you'll start seeing the world and your own potential a little differently. Alright, that's it for today's video. If you found this helpful, go ahead and hit that like button. It really helps out the channel. And if you want more quick, actionable tips to level up your skills in just 5 minutes a day, make sure you subscribe and turn on the notifications so you don't miss out. Oh, and before you go, drop a comment below and tell me, what's the craziest what-if question you can come up with right now? I'll be reading them, and who knows? Maybe your question will inspire the next big idea. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I'm Michael, this was 5 Minute Skills, and I'll catch you in the next one. Stay creative out there.